Köster MS Flex Folie is an exceptional single-component waterproofing based on state-of-the-art MS polymer technology. This innovative hybrid polymer technology, also known as modified silicone, offers superior durability and longer service life performance for liquid waterproofing coatings. Ready-to-use one-component material. High elasticity, more than 500%. Eco-friendly product. No hazardous components make this product ideal for shipping around the world without extra shipping costs or markets import limitations. No solvents, no isocyanates. This makes the product safer to use on-site as it does not produce toxic fumes. No shrinkage in the curing process. As it is free of solvents, there is no solvent escape during curing that leads to shrinkage and consequently crack formations. This is a common problem of solvent-based polyurethane coatings. Because it's solvent-free, it can be applied in higher thicknesses than solvent-based coats. No bubble formation. As it is free of isocyanates, the reaction with residual moisture in the substrate does not occur. Products that contain isocyanates, there a reaction with moisture to form carbon dioxide. This forms bubbles or blistering that lead to cohesive failures in contact with the substrate. Excellent UV resistance. MS polymer coatings have a superior resistance to UV radiation compared to polyurethanes or acrylics, and this extends the product's lifespan. Adhesion to multiple substrates. The MS polymer technology has a wider range of substrates that can be applied to, offering a broader range of fields of application when compared to other technologies. Köster MS Flex Folie is suitable for application on multiple substrates such as masonry, concrete, screeds, a variety of plastics, and even most metal surfaces. Due to its high UV stability, Köster MS Flex Folie is suitable for indoor and outdoor use. Mineral substrates should be primed with the two-component, solvent-free epoxy primer Köster CT 121. Köster CT 121 is mixed and applied over the prepared substrate with a roller in a consumption of approximately 400 grams per square meter. The fresh primer is then broadcasted to rejection with kiln-dried silica sand, grain size 0.4 to 0.8 millimeters, to increase roughness and improve the adhesion of the waterproofing coating. After approximately 16 hours of curing, the excess broadcast is removed. Köster MS Flex Folie is a single-component, solvent-free, highly elastic, crack-bridging waterproofing material based on MS polymer technology that is ready to use directly from the bucket. The material requires no mixing for the application. The application starts with the difficult parts first. These include the corners, joints, and intricate details within the space. For inside corners, begin by preparing a tailored piece of Köster Superfleece, measuring approximately 20 centimeters in length. Fold this fabric strip in the middle and make a centered cut halfway through. Generously apply a layer of Köster MS Flex Folie, extending approximately 10 centimeters up the wall and 10 centimeters across the floor. The prepared Köster Superfleece piece is then embedded into the still fresh layer of Köster MS Flex Folie, and then diligently overworked with the material for comprehensive coverage. Outside corners are also reinforced using tailored pieces of Köster Superfleece. In this scenario, two pieces are required: a strip measuring approximately 20 centimeters in length and a square piece measuring roughly 10 by 10 centimeters. Fold the fabric strip in the middle and make a centered cut halfway through. Similarly, fold the square piece into a triangle and cut it from one corner halfway through as well. Continue by applying a generous layer of Köster MS Flex Folie, extending approximately 10 centimeters up the wall and 10 centimeters across the floor. This foundational layer mirrors the approach used for inside corners, creating a solid base for waterproofing. Embed the strip of Köster Superfleece into the still fresh layer of Köster MS Flex Folie, ensuring comprehensive coverage with the material. As for the square piece, place it with the cut side facing upwards and cover it with an additional layer of Köster MS Flex Folie. When addressing horizontal joints, start by applying a generous layer of Köster MS Flex Folie, covering approximately 10 centimeters up the wall and 10 centimeters across the floor. Place the 10 centimeters wide Köster Superfleece in the corner, embedding it into the previously applied Köster MS Flex Folie. This highly flexible and resistant fleece is then diligently overworked with another layer of Köster MS Flex Folie. This ensures a proper overlap with both inside and outside corner reinforcements, safeguarding the structural elements. The same procedure is applied when reinforcing vertical wall-to-wall junctions, ensuring that this vulnerable area receives the same high-quality protection. Drainages and pipe penetrations are reinforced using tailor-made pieces of Köster Superfleece. Begin by cutting a Köster Superfleece collar that fits the drainage circumference and an overlap of approximately 5 centimeters. Mark the collar with strips of approximately 2 centimeters in width and cut the strips halfway through the collar. Prepare a second piece by folding and cutting this fabric circularly in the middle, creating an opening. This is a manual step, but should be executed so that the Köster Superfleece can still stretch to fit the drainage circumference. Apply Köster MS Flex Folie over the surface and the inside of the drainage. Embed the collar in the fresh layer, considering that the fleece is placed without tension. Apply afterward a layer of material to ensure proper coverage. To complete the reinforcement, apply a layer of Köster MS Flex Folie over the surface and embed the second piece of Köster Superfleece while the material is still fresh. Overwork the area with another layer of material to achieve full coverage and protection. Köster MS Flex Folie stands as a ready-to-use MS polymer waterproofing compound designed for achieving superior waterproofing results. The Köster MS Flex Folie is applied in 2 layers. This multi-layer approach is fundamental to establishing a robust and reliable waterproofing barrier, ensuring optimal protection. The application can be carried out by using all kinds of brushes and short hair rollers. The total consumption ranges from 1.5 to 2.5 kilograms per square meter. For each millimeter layer thickness, a consumption of approximately 1.5 kilograms per square meter can be expected. On large areas prone to cracking or subject to extreme movements, Köster Flex fabric can be embedded on top of the first layer as an area reinforcement to increase the tension resistance of the system. For the application of the second coat, a drying time of a minimum of 8 hours to a maximum of 24 hours must be considered. The second coat can be applied as well with a brush or roller. Repairing leaking metal roofs can easily be achieved with Köster MS Flex Folie. The surface must be roughened, cleaned, and primed with Köster PU Primer 120. Köster PU Primer 120 is thinly and evenly applied with a lint-free cloth with a total consumption between 30 and 50 grams per square meter. After a drying time of approximately 30 minutes, Köster MS Flex Folie can be applied. Apply Köster MS Flex Folie with a brush or a roller and embed the Köster Superfleece in the fresh layer to reinforce the overlaps. Apply a second layer to ensure proper coverage. Leaking fastening are prepared the same way and also waterproofed by applying Köster MS Flex Folie with a brush in 2 layers. Köster MS Flex Folie is characterized by excellent adhesion to a wide variety of building materials. Therefore, repairs over multiple substrates are easily achieved. When waterproofing transition areas around window and door frames, make sure that the substrates are cleaned and free of bond-inhibiting substances. Non-absorbent substrates must be roughened, cleaned, and primed with Köster PU Primer 120. Köster PU Primer 120 is thinly and evenly applied with a lint-free cloth with a total consumption between 30 and 50 grams per square meter. After a drying time of approximately 30 minutes, the first layer of Köster MS Flex Folie can be applied. The Köster Superfleece must be embedded in the fresh layer to reinforce the transition areas between materials. To finish the application, apply a second layer to ensure proper coverage. Köster MS Flex Folie, the fast, flexible, reliable, seamless, and UV-stable waterproofing based on state-of-the-art MS polymer technology for custom detailing to complete roof renovations.